Honestly, there's like a character in this movie that I literally thought like made this movie a spiritual successor to that movie Brave. It literally looks like the same character. No joke. I'm actually thoroughly convinced that this is a sequel to Brave. Abominable is a new animation movie from Dreamworks, the creators of How to Train Your Dragon. And in this one, a girl by the name of Yi has to escort a magical Yeti back to Mount Everest to reunite with its family. And along the way, there's some government conspiracies going on, and they have to dodge all these government officials and scientists. So now that How to Train Your Dragon is over, Dreamworks is trying to find a new franchise that they can build and do something for kids with, and I always thought that was going to be Captain Underpants, but apparently not. This movie is fine. It's okay. The best part of this movie is the actual Yeti itself. It's the best part, just like how Toothless is the best part of How to Train Your Dragon. But, I mean, the How to Train Your Dragon movies are great anyway. But the Yeti is honestly the best part of this movie. Every time he was on screen, I was having a ball. And everything that he was doing was funny. He was a charm, and he was endearing, and really, there were some heartwarming scenes with that Yeti. It was a good character. It was a really, really, really fun time when he was on screen. And the animation is really good in this movie, too. I mean, I've said it so many times with other animated movies in the past, how well the animation is done and how smooth it is, and that's no different in this movie. I feel like that's going to be like every animation movie from now on, unless if you really find a way to screw it up somehow. That's how I'm going to feel about animation. The voice acting is also really good. Chloe Bennett, you might know her from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think she does a really good job. Eddie Izzard is in this. Everybody does a really good job with the voice acting. But I think that's kind of where my praise for the movie stops, is those three things. Biggest glaring issue with this movie is that it's just How to Train Your Dragon, just a different set of characters, a different setting, and just not as fun of an adventure. This is an adventure that honestly has been done before, and it just feels all too familiar. Especially when it comes to movies that were released this year. The entire third act of this movie, I was like, that is Missing Link. That's what it was. That's exactly what this movie felt like. It was Missing Link all over again. Except the Yeti didn't talk, and he was actually trying to find his family. They weren't trying to find Shangri-La or Shambhala or whatever it's called. But that was the vibe I was getting for the movie. I was like, this is Missing Link. This is How to Train Your Dragon. It's just different setting, different characters, different story beats to, in a way, but it's the same thing. It's How to Train Your Dragon. It's Missing Link. Like I said, the entire third act reminded me of Missing Link. The third act of Missing Link took place in a snowy landscape. The third act of Abominable takes place in a snowy landscape. We also got to talk about the subplot with these government conspirators and these scientists, because that kind of dragged the movie down. If this was just an actual flat-out, let's get the Yeti back to his family movie, but then there's danger along the way type of movie, like that, with taking all of that out of the equation, this movie would have been a lot better. Because every time the movie went back to that, it was just so predictable and just so cliche. I didn't really like all the corporate, greedy asshole guy doing stuff because he's got evil scientists working for him. That's really what it was. And every time it kept flashing back to that, I was like, get back to the Yeti, please, because the Yeti was the best part of the movie. The government conspiracy and corporate, greedy asshole guy, not the best part of the movie. There's just stuff in here, too, that kind of just appears, and then it's not really explained. They hint at it, and they kind of just let it go, as if you have to accept it. Like, there's something with Yi's character. She plays the violin. But I'm like, how is what you're doing possible? The movie never really answers that. It attempts to, and it hints at it, but it never reaches that depth. And I needed a little more of that. There are quite a few annoying characters in here, too. There's two siblings in this movie. The younger sibling is kind of annoying, but he's annoying in that funny, you can tolerate him kind of way. His brother, though, one of the most annoying characters I have seen in a movie this year. 5 minutes into his introduction, I was like, get him off the screen before I throw my bucket of popcorn at him. That's how annoying he was. I wanted him out of the movie faster than Antonio Brown got out of New England. And this movie just, to me, with everything that I have issues with, I feel like it's just more of a kid's movie. I feel like adults aren't going to enjoy this as much as something like How to Train Your Dragon or Missing Link. The jokes are really there for the kids. The only time I was really laughing in this movie is when the Yeti did stuff. It wasn't when anybody else did anything or said anything. It was when the Yeti was being charming and all that. That's when I was laughing. But the other jokes in the movie are just geared more towards kids. And I think animated movies like this, you need to gear towards the adult demographic too. You gotta gear it towards both demographics. And this movie just didn't really hit the adult demographic all that much. I'm gonna give Abominable a C. Guys, thank you for watching my review of Abominable. I will have more reviews coming soon. Stay tuned next month for a lot of horror movie reviews. My first one's coming out on October 1st, and that is for Blade. Motherfucker. So stay tuned for those. Those will be all throughout October. Over here, you can find some more reviews I have done in the past. I will leave my link to my website in the description below. There you can find all my links to my social media accounts. You guys are great. Thank you for watching. Like this video. Comment down below as to what you thought of Abominable. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies someday.